Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing really well out there. I have some footage to share with you from my first trail ride on Clipless pedals. If you haven't seen my other Clipless pedal videos, make sure that you check out that playlist from the beginning so you can see it all. So I was able to film this a few weeks ago while Sid and Mackie were still here because I was borrowing Sid's shoes. Now, I don't have clipless pedal shoes to use because the ones that I have on order, they are going to be delayed a little while shipping just because of everything that's going on in the world right now. But I'm excited to have a little more footage to share with you guys about this whole clipless adventure, so here we go. Welcome to Dusty Betty. Today is going to be my first trail ride on clipless pedals. In my last video, I had my first experience practicing clipping in and out of the clipless pedals with the cleats on the shoes and the whole shebang. I had some friends there to coach me. Make sure that you check that video out. I will link it. Now it's time to take this bike out on the trail. Now, obviously during the current health crisis, I don't want to do anything crazy, so I'm gonna just be riding a really mellow trail and taking it nice and slow and easy. Say hi, Ammo. This is my friend Ammo. She is an owner and coach at Sedona Mountain Bike Academy. I know the world is kind of on hold right now, but next time you come to Sedona when things are less crazy, make sure you check Sedona Mountain Bike Academy out. All right, let's do this. One thing that is nice is it's like, even though it's hard to get clipped in a little bit, like once I'm in, my feet are in the position I like. That is something that can be a little bit of a concern sometimes on flats, is sometimes you're just rolling and your foot's not quite where you want it. This is a newer trail called Axis. So once we got riding, one of the things that really surprised me was that, at least on the trail that we were on today, I didn't forget that I was clipped in. I was always kind of aware of the sensation as I was pedaling that I was connected to my bike. I did dab sometimes because of the pedals, and that's just me. That's just me learning to trust them. Especially I was finding some of the stuff that we did on a ride was like really slow, kind of flat, tight inside turns on kind of at the top of an embankment. Sometimes I'd dab for a second. Those turns were actually a little bit easier if coming out of the turn there was a little bit of a climb, because I could really crank and then I felt like I had more of that centrifugal force, whereas if it was a really flat turn, I felt like a little more bumbly. I tried to push myself. There was some spots, not all of them that I caught on camera, but there were spots that on a climb, I thought, oh, maybe I'll just walk this one today. But I thought, you know what? I know I can get out if I need to. I felt focused at the moment, so I went for it, and I actually ended up making both of those spots. So that felt really good. So I think that goes a long way toward helping me learn to trust that I will be able to get out. That was actually kind of like a going too slow and bounced off, which, I mean, maybe I could guide them a little bit, but I also think that's kind of good for me to see, like, it's gonna be okay. I should be able to get out in an emergency situation if I accidentally pop off right there. I'm really glad that I went with the SH56 cleats, the multi-direction. Granted, I don't have anything to compare it to, but I do feel like I've had moments where I kind of like tripped or slipped and I was able to get out, you know, even though my foot was maybe pulling side and a little bit more back or side and a little more forward. It's definitely a nice to have. So if this is something that you're thinking of trying, it's just something to be aware of. If, you know, if you can afford to buy, you know, a different set of cleats to start out on, I think I would recommend that. But like I said, it's a nice to have. More of that power. Just keep pedaling, brain. Just keep pedaling. Keep on going, brain. Keep on going. Yeah, I think like between having the oval chainring on this bike and having like clipless pedals, the only thing that could make this feel even a little more even would be if I had like an Onyx hub with the soft instant engagement. But yeah, That would be like perfect setup. But this is great. All around a really positive experience. It's tricky, I wanna get my confidence up, like writing more and more technical stuff. I think that's gonna take time, but it's also a little bit tricky with the current health crisis, but I'm excited to keep practicing on these. I really love the transfer of power from me to my bike, feels really different. So I'm glad that I've done this. I hope that some of you who've been on the fence about should you give it a try, if you feel like it's a good time for you, give it a go. If you're still gaining your confidence and you're feeling a little bit bumbly on the bike, it's totally okay to wait. Anyway, this has been super long-winded, but I hope you guys enjoyed hearing a little bit about my first trail experience riding clipless pedals. Thanks for watching. Get dusty.